I'm the person who started young niggas rapping. It didn't exist till I put out Crisscross. And then it still didn't exist until I brought out Bow Wow. Bow Wow came out, then Chris Brown came out, then Romeo came out, then B2K came out. I created YN's rapping.
Yo, peace. Welcome back to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I'm Carmelo Anthony here with my co-host.
What's going on? Wave God back at it again. Your boy Rudy Gay.
And my name is Kazim Famiwide. You can call me Kaz. And of course, this is a Wave original presented by FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Melo, Rudy.
I'm going to let you introduce this one, though,
Oh,
Tim.
man,
I know you've been waiting on it. I'm going to let you introduce this one.
I appreciate that, man. This one, and this is why I love doing this show, right? Like, it's not just athletes, it's not just actors, it's cultural staples. It's people who have done more for our culture in music, in nightlife, and just in general. Coming here has been is this is gonna be a great talk because we got something very specific we want to talk about
Yes.
as well. He's the executive producer and the star of an upcoming documentary on the incredible cultural staple known as Magic City. Incredible. As you can see on Stars, man is a hit maker whose greatness literally spans decades. He's a legend in producing and songwriting. He's got Grammys, countless platinum plaques, and of course, he's helped shape the careers of iconic musicians from Mariah Carey, Bow Wow, to Usher. Founder of So Def, Songwriter Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hook. The one and only Jermaine Dupri. Man, this is a good one. Well, first off, welcome to New York City.
Thank you.
How you holding up, man? It's good to have you here.
I'm good. I love New York in the summertime. There ain't no place like it.
This is the couch to be on, man. This is the couch to be on. We got a lot to get to on this episode with one of the most iconic producers and songwriters of the past 30 years. We talk about the new docuseries on Stars, Magic City, an American Fantasy, and
we're also going to get into JD's ties to the NBA during his career, which is there's a lot of ties with JD in the NBA career.
And my favorite part of these convos is that we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit and get some behind-the-scenes stories on some of the biggest hits in music history. But not before we wrap the show up with the number one segment, Fuck With It or Fuck Outta Here. But first off, JD, we got to start the show like we do every episode. Every time we got a guest that comes and sit on this couch, we'd like to talk about the first time you met Carmelo Anthony. We call this section The Connect. It's the first time you guys either were aware of each other, were in the same place, first time you saw him play. What's the connect to you and Carmelo Anthony?
I just seem like I've known him almost. It seem like I just known him forever. Like, I don't know when we first met.
Yeah.
But I could say when we connected.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time we actually really connected, we was out in like somewhere out in California, far out, right? We was drinking wine, we was having cigars, and me and him had about an hour conversation on the patio.
That's a fact.
And we chopped it up really chopped it up. That's the first time I feel like we had our real, our real connection. And other times in passing, we seen each other say what's up, but this was the first time we actually kicked it.
Yeah.
And just talked about other things besides just what we always do. We shared that cigar and that, that moment. That's when I realized, how cool he was. I always knew he was cool, but moving around, you don't get a chance to really kick with somebody. So I think that's the first time we actually really, really connected.
Fact. Do you remember that day? You remember that patio smoke?
I remember, the experience. I remember the experience. But we also, there's been times where we caught each other in passing. We on vacation, we in the same spot. I know we was at Cabo one time.
Yeah.
And we just outside, he DJing, I'm in the same spot. He's like, oh shit, JD, I'm gonna fuck with JD. When you're on vacation, you try to relate, you try to go connect with people that you know what I mean? Because you're on vacation. So if somebody's there doing the same thing, vacation, and he DJing, he doing his thing. So it's like you really want to connect in that environment. Is the conversation just stems from there because you get a chance to learn about somebody and really understand and comprehend the individual when you're in those type of environments as opposed to just being in loud, the studio, or at a game, or in Atlanta, whatever it is. I think those moments, we always connected to those moments. We always had similar people, mutual people around us. We'd be out, we see each other. There's always been that type of connection. And it was it started with a level of respect first, though. You know what I mean? Me respecting who he was. And I mean, remember, I'm young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to see JD is like, nah, I gotta respect that. I gotta, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. Like,
I will say this though, in my house, right, I got like things that I collect, and I got the first Melos that came out. I went to the Jordan thing.
The 1.5.
That's a fact.
I was there at the Jordan thing, and he signed my Melos, and I got the Melos at my house. They downstairs in my house in my little case and all that. You know what I mean?
We had the Jordan party for the
the Jordan
1.5.
party.
Yeah. Teresa Tran. Shout out to Teresa Tran on that.
Okay.
That's a fact.
That connection between artist and athlete, man, especially y'all linking up, not on vacation, but like in y'all downtime, when y'all not in each other's professional space. What is it about that usually makes you realize, oh man, like this person's on the same wavelength as mine? Like I feel like that's where a lot of the connections.
I mean, I would say this for me.
Happen.
For me, like like in hip hop, we always think we can play sports as rappers or whatever it is. we either think we can play sports or we play the video games too much and we start like morphing into like thinking we in there, right? So like prior to him going to the league, right, Syracuse used to have all the fly gear to me. Like Syracuse was like the only college I remember that had the bucket, the bucket with the Syracuse hoodies. They give be like, you know what I'm saying? You could damn near wear Syracuse gear. You don't go there. You don't even, you know what I mean? You don't even know nobody at the school. You just rocking their clothes.
Right.
I wasn't wearing
me.
that shit. I wasn't wearing that shit.
UConn hating ass.
I was about to say, that's a UConn hate.
You can't
Cool
let
story.
it, Chad. You
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Nah, Syracuse.
Big East had it, you know what I mean?
Syracuse.
Georgetown, St. John,
Georgetown,
Syracuse.
There's only a couple colleges back then that.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
wearing the Syracuse bucket. So when he, you know what I mean, he went, he was there. I felt like you know what I mean. I've been on the ride since then. You know what I mean. I've been a part of the like just watching him do what he got to do and all that from that just the hat and just the gear. You know what I mean? Because I know I got a friend in Atlanta named Shanti Das. She went to Syracuse.
Shanti Das, shout out to her, man.
So
yeah.
I had, and then like Bibbs was wearing Syracuse. It was like almost like it
Bibbs
felt
was
like
big on Cuse.
You know what I mean? It felt like Gap. It felt like you had to have a Syracuse bucket back in this time. So whatever was happening at that period, you know what I mean? He became the thing up there. You know what I mean? So that's what happened.
Like it was already fashionable, and then he leads them to a championship, and it takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I know my UConn brethren hates to hear that.
Man, we don't want to hear you. We don't want to hear that UConn shit. We don't speak UConn up here. We don't speak UConn up here.
You got to now.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Where you got, baby? You
We don't speak no Huskies up here, man. We don't speak that.
We here, though.
But
We here in silence.
With that being said, we go leave UConn out of this conversation. We
Never
have
ends the Big East.
We have a
Never
special
ends.
segment on this show called the 7 p.m. moment, right? But before we get to that, we did a little research and saw that you had your own type of 7 p.m. before 7 p.m. cutting up with Jermaine Dupri. We all know that, but like, what was that about, and how did that come about?
It's crazy. It was just like it was a store. I mean, it's like before, people was doing these type of pies and whatever, all this type of thing. It was like you go to the barbershop, this is where the conversation be at, right? And it was like, they had an idea at ESPN about it. I think they was trying to do like shows on ESPN too. And I was always like, I make music. I ain't really trying to do all that. But then it was like let's do something at the barbershop where you automatically talk to people. You know, you talk in the barbershop, you have a conversation with somebody you don't even know.
That's
They
a fact.
say something crazy, you're going to just jump in. So it just was like, it was just a thing. Like, it felt natural to me. It didn't feel like I was doing a TV show. If it actually felt like I was just having a conversation with whoever my friends were that was going to be in there. We could just start talking about anything. And I thought that, I just ran out. It was like something that I did. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it because I would have stuck out. But I just was like, it just felt like just natural. It didn't feel like I was working or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was way ahead of the curve, though.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
But that's, to me, as somebody who is a fan, but also somebody who know you know what I mean? Like, and know your history. It's like you've always set the tone when it came to being ahead of the curve and always like you're ahead of the game, and people might say something, man, what he doing over there? But then you look back at it, it's like, hold up, JD was doing that shit back then. Though he was in this place before anybody knew about this. He was doing this before anybody was doing that. So I feel like you've always been kind of ahead of the curve when it came to just shifting the culture. You know, not just musically, but just shifting the culture. Yeah. And kind of like back to that 7 p.m. moment of you shifting the culture. Like, this is the moment that refers to like that point in your life, be it personal or professional, where you had a fork in the road, and we're going this way or going that way will set you down a very specific path. So you have to be locked in, or you're gonna be fucked up. Like, what was your 7 p.m. moment? Like, what was that moment for you?
I think I had that moment when I was super young. You know what I mean? It's crazy because like I went on tour when I was 12 years old, and I went on the Fresh Fest when I was like 12, and I was just a dancer on the Fresh Fest, and I got an opportunity to open up the tour at 12, and then, you know, at 12 you got to get a tutor. You're supposed to get a tutor and go on tour, do your schoolwork on tour, and come back home and give the credit to the school board or whatever, education. And when I came back to Atlanta, they didn't count my credits. They didn't take my grades, and they was just like, we can't do that. We never did this before. We don't really know how to do this. Atlanta wasn't really, they didn't have a bunch of kids that was doing what I was doing. So that was my 7 p.m. moment right there. Cause it was like, do I let them, like, do I go back and I get left back and I'm getting ready to do this? And I was just like, nah, I have fun doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep doing this, but I gotta figure it out so that, cause I'm not gonna be able to go to school. So I ended up dropping out of school at like 6th grade. That was it for me. I tried to go back.
Can we just talk about how you just breezed past that real quick? Like, you was 12 years old.
Open it up.
You was 12 years old opening up at the Fresh Fest in Atlanta.
Yeah,
like,
that's
for folks who may not be familiar of how far your imprint on culture goes. Like,
I didn't know
deciding
that.
whether you got to drop out of the 6th grade to help shape the entire sound of not just a region, but of a culture. Like, that's, I think that's kind of insane, the sort of process, because I think when people bring you up, they just think of a lot of post 2000 stuff, like Bow Wow, Mariah Carey, Usher. It's like, yo, it goes even further back than that. So like,
don't even play around.
And it was all, like I said, it's crazy because you come from Atlanta, you come from like New York or LA, they got child stars that's come out from the 70s. So they prepared for this. Atlanta, they didn't have no kid stars.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't no Tyler Perry in Atlanta, wasn't none of that in Atlanta at this point when I was 12. So what I was trying to do and what my parents was trying to do, they hadn't never heard of it. You know what I mean? So the school system, they just was like, nah, we not gonna do that. Either he gonna go back and do all the work over again, or he gonna get left back. And I was just like, left back.
Yeah.
And I honestly had to make this decision myself. Like, my mother was pushing me to go back to school. Let's just do what they want you to do. And I was just like, nah. But I knew if I said nah, I had to show and prove a reason why I'm saying nah, right? So then I had to like really, really like get focused. And that's when I started like digging more into hip hop, learning how to rap, went from dancing to just like every piece of being a B-boy, because I was just like determined to not have to go back to school. I knew I was dropping out.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was gonna end up at though, but I just knew that I wasn't trying to hear what they was trying to do to me.
But the fact that you bet on yourself at 12 years old.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
Whereas
that's nuts.
Most kids at 12 years old that drop out, they gone. Left. They are somewhere totally different.
Yeah.
You dropped out and said, fuck it, I'm going right. I'm about to just put my all in. The fact that you had that wherewithal at 12 years old says a lot. And I think people should really take heed of that and understand and comprehend that, because that's very hard for a decision to be made by a 12-year-old, because your parents make those decisions for you at that time. So your parents are saying, no, you going back to school, and you like, nah.
Yeah.
Right.
Your mom probably looking at you like, nigga, what?
Right.
Nigga, why get your ass back to school? And you like, nah, I can't. I'm going to believe in myself. This is what I want to do. And if you're going to believe in me, then you got to believe in me. But
my question is, with that being said, at 12 years old, you had so much love for the culture that you would rather substitute what everybody else is doing or what your parents think is right or whatever to just immerse yourself in that. Where did you get that love from though?
I mean,
that nigga was a B-boy, man.
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy because Angie Martinez was asking me if God texts me, what would I say? Right. And I told her that I just say thank you because I feel like I was just, you know what I mean? I feel like somebody was grabbing me and just putting me in like,
this is your purpose.
This is what's gonna happen. Like I was thinking about it, but it wasn't like I was like somebody was like really like guiding me. It was just like I wake up one morning and okay, now y'all telling me I'm left back.
Yeah,
I gotta figure this out. I'm not doing this right, and it's like I said, I actually really had to sit there and think about it myself because it was like my mother was saying you should do what they saying. My father was kind of like, well, let's figure it out, right? Because I mean, I'm sure we could have just kept pushing, and it could have probably went to court and all kind of craziness to be like, y'all trying to take my son out of school because we paid for a tutor, right? You know what I mean? I was actually out there doing the work. It wasn't like I was out there just playing around. I actually had a tutor. I did the hours and everything, but it just came to a point where I'm just like, this ain't making sense. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's the one thing I will say is like something I would say God, something about it just told me like, as a young person, we always believe that just because we young, we can't. Our minds are not developed. Our minds are developed. You know what I mean? Our minds are developed. Like, oh, y'all playing basketball, you knew what you wanted to do when you was
12
you know what I mean?
old,
You start seeing that hype come, you like, I can get to the league.
But that's,
you know what,
that's what makes what you did so much more unique. Because at least at 12 years old, there's an example of like, all right, if I take this seriously, I can go to the NBA straight out the league or something like that. There wasn't really anything like that for you at that age. Like hip hop was still very much in its infant stage. Like it's still, you talked about just mastering the elements of that. And that might be a foreign language to a lot of people listening, but the elements of breakdancing, graffiti, rapping, like all that hip-hop type of stuff, like that's.
Yeah, I mean, like not to cut you off, like in the this was 80, this was like the late 80s. Yeah. So in hip hop, it was a thing called B-boy for anybody out there that don't understand. And a B-boy was a person who had mastered all skills of hip hop, right? They wanted to be graffiti writers, they wanted to be break dancers, they wanted to rap, they wanted to DJ, they wanted to do every piece. Yeah. That's what I became. I became like the ultimate B-boy where I was just like trying to like put my hands on all parts of hip hop, right? So that I could at least fall into one of these spaces, right? And I think that if you, that's why I tell all the kids and younger artists that I work with, like, listen, y'all young, but don't use being young as an excuse to not use your mind. Like you can use your mind, right? And I also saw I had older friends, right? I also had an older homeboy, and he worked at McDonald's, right? And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like that's not. That just ain't in my cards, right? Yeah. And when you make that statement, I got a 14-year-old daughter now that be saying that like she ain't gonna get no job, and I'm like, okay, listen, you making this statement, I'm not taking care of you for the rest of your life, so you got to figure it out. If you making that statement, you got to find something that you love, and go do it, and make sure that it pay off, so you don't have to do what you see somebody else doing. And I don't think that's really hard. But we make it seem like it's hard because we're young, so we use being young as a crutch for us not to use our mind.
We use that as a big excuse, you know what I mean? Almost like a barrier. It's like, we want to coddle our children, but like, I mean, yeah, you should to a certain extent, but if you have greatness within you, you know what I mean, you might be holding them back a little bit. Some of the greatest we've ever seen start at a young age, whatever it is, and a lot of times we see it.
And I also noticed that when you're young, people give you stuff, right? And you don't have no responsibility. This is another thing I noticed about being young. I noticed that I ain't had no responsibility. I had to pay no bills. I could do what I was doing. I live with my mom. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's when people should take the most advantage of their life. Because as soon as you hit 21, 19, life turn into something else. It'd be a whole different ball game. You got to pay the bills. You got to get turned into something else. So I started just like really, really like focusing on this little period of time, right? And I think, and that's how I went into my music. Like when my man Steve brought me Bow Wow, it was like he was 11. That space, I'm like, I can't put Bow Wow when he get 14. He got to get it right now, or it ain't gonna work, right? 11, 12, let's get it right now. You got it. Either you got it right now, or you want to be 14, 15. That's when you're going to start your window closing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I felt.
When you say get it right now, you mean as far as like pushing him as a major artist on some like.
Well, no, him as
him
a person.
personally, as a
Like
person.
you got to get it.
Got
Like,
you.
You know what I mean? Like you as an artist, you got to get this right now. Like, you know what I mean? I start putting that pressure on him. Like, yo, listen, I'm getting ready to go to the club. I wrote these songs, right? I wrote 2 songs tonight. You gonna learn the song or you not, right? And it was a couple of times he was just like, man, I ain't, you know what I mean? I want to play video games.
Right.
Okay, cool. You want to play video games? Video games ain't gonna get you to where you think that you keep talking about what you want, right? Because as a kid, we play this. That's my car game. You know what I mean? We want all the fly shit, right? I can curse, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. We want all the fly shit. I'm just saying. We want all the fly shit as a kid. We be talking about that's my car. We be, you know what I mean? We collect Hot Wheels. We be all about all the stuff that we want when we get older. But we don't ever really like just hone in and be like, I'm getting it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's even like when you look at this streaming, like that's what what people keep. That's what seemed why everybody's so amazed with. I'm like, these little guys is paying attention. Yeah. That's all they doing. They see it. They see what they've been doing damn near their whole life, and somebody tell them they can get paid for it. And all you got to do is take it serious.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. And you see how many lives that changed. We just talked about that in the last episode about how incredible you talk about youth entertainers and I guess the equivalent of what being a Bow Wow or a JD at that age is being a streamer now. And now they put out their own music because they have this captive audience of people that have followed them for so long.
But they gotta pay attention to business though.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You gotta understand what the business of it is in order for you to get to that space that you're talking about, right? Because it's crazy. I seen that list and the top 10 streamers, I don't even know them niggas.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean? The ones that we hear about, they below that top 10.
That's a fact.
It's usually white streamers, you know.
You get over there to Japan and China, though.
Like that's what I'm saying. So it's just focus, man. I just feel like, you know, when you younger, that's what something that people ask me, like, do I have any advice? That's my advice to all the young people out there. Take your life serious right now.
Yeah.
That's the best way to start it, man. Hell yeah.
Well, talking about taking life serious. You brought me back on that shit.
Yeah.
You've always stayed close to the game, like, and it's meaning basketball game and just sports, like, and had a relationship with NBA player, with the NBA as an organization and its players. We always saw your All-Star Weekend. You always was kind of like the curator for All-Star Weekend for a long period of time. My guy, your guy, Chuck.
Yeah.
AI once told a story about pulling up to your studio, drinking and losing to Nelly. First of all, I want to know, is it true that he lost to Nelly in the game of horse and then having to watch Nelly brag about it?
Listen,
or what was that, 106 in Park at that point in time?
Prime time.
Yeah, he lost. But I'm just saying,
it was a game of horse, though. Game of horse.
But
but he lost, I bet.
I mean, to his defense, right? Y'all be shooting the ball so high, right? And my ceiling ain't high as the stadium.
Okay.
So unfortunately, a couple of times he shot the ball up, it hit the ceiling instead of going as.
And he said he was drunk, drinking a little bit too.
And he was drinking. A couple of drinks, and he wasn't just focused like, okay, I got to shoot the ball like straight line.
And Nelly ain't no slouch athletically either.
But Nelly was shooting like my gym was his gym.
Gotcha.
Right? He knew not to shoot this NBA shot.
Yeah, he had home court advantage.
You know what I mean? So, and he kept saying, I'm gonna beat you. And I think Nelly knew that Chuck was gonna shoot that, you know what I mean? And it was gonna get stuck. And it was like, let me do it again. And I went, you went. This is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, now I caught a couple of guys, you know, couple of Lakers.
Couple guys?
Yeah.
Is this what like Mike started? Or who did he get?
Shooting. Same thing though. Y'all just so tall. It's like the
So your crib is like the rigged dice game. You got the rigged dice crib for basketball.
It ain't rigged though. I'm saying, listen, if you see it, but I'm just saying y'all so used to doing that, right? Y'all used to shooting that
we got an arc on our side.
You can't do that in my gym.
I mean, there was a legendary viral video of Bow Wow and Kobe. Bow Wow challenged Kobe.
That's what I was about to say. You almost said like something
at JD house.
JD house.
I'm okay now. That
right,
did he build up enough confidence?
That's when it got pulled back in. By the way, this is when I seen Kobe said the crazy shit ever to Bow Wow. He said, nigga, you know, y'all niggas be seeing sharks with their little fins out in the ocean. It's a whole lot different when you get in this water with them. Told that nigga that, and Bow Wow was like, what that mean? He was like, I'm gonna give you 15 points. We going to 16. I'm starting at 0. You got 15 already.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be. I'm saying, let me in.
Get one.
Oh my God, that nigga Kobe dogged that nigga out. What I'm talking about, that boy couldn't breathe, couldn't move the ball.
That boy got in that water with them sharks.
He got in that water. I'm trying to tell you, and that's when I was like, man, if Kobe played like this is nasty. Like I'm saying, Bow Wow couldn't make one. You can't make one shot.
Nah, he couldn't get around him.
He couldn't get around him. He couldn't get away from him. He couldn't get nothing.
Couldn't dribble pride.
Nothing. And Kobe scored 16
every
points.
time straight.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's not like Bow Wow gonna block him or anything. As soon as he got the ball, it's over.
Yeah.
As soon as he got the ball, it's over.
No, it's crazy. I learned. I got a lot of respect for Kobe that day. Because he was talking shit. I like talking shit, but then he really was like living it up. Like I'm like, it's no way possible, Bow Wow, you can get at least one shot. Just go fast.
So I also take it back to the Nelly and Chuck situation.
Okay.
Because I know the relationship. You know what I mean? I know the relationship between them two.
Yeah.
It was heavy competition between them two. Heavy competition.
Nelly wanted that bad.
But friendly competition.
Just athletically or just in life?
Because Nelly is an athlete.
Yeah.
Nelly did the same shit that Chuck probably did as far as
it was baseball, right?
Played baseball. Nelly played football.
Yeah.
He probably played basketball a little bit. So
you could just watch him in the longest yard.
And he felt like he could challenge Chuck in sports because for one, we the same height. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I done did the same shit you done did in high school, play football, softball. Right. I'm athletic too. So we used to have the celebrity football games, flag football games, and Nelly used to come into the Chuck shit. And the competition between those two, I'm like, Nelly got the #1 song and Chuck is the #1 nigga out there to go. And it's like, they competing like these niggas is too. Like they play against each other every single day.
All day.
They compete and then they go hug and then Chuck start crying and shit. It's just like that was the relationship between them two.
I had that same situation. That same situation with everybody that come to the studio. Like when All-Star game was in Atlanta, just before LeBron before y'all went to the league, and LeBron came to the studio, and me and him was playing. We was playing a video game, right? And it was like, I forget who was there with me, but everybody that get an opportunity to go up against one of y'all,
it's competitive.
or they see y'all in that space, they start popping shit. That's like they can really do what they got to do, right? Because Lou, my man, right? Lou Williams, he always at the studio, right? And it's always somebody that's trying to challenge him. Like, Lou, I could beat you in these shots. And I'm like, man, you're not going to beat Lou in these shots. And they always want to go in there. Yeah. And just because he stopped playing, they think he ain't got that shot.
Right.
And as soon as he go in there, it's like,
let me put a disclaimer out there. When you challenging a professional athlete, it's a switch that goes on no matter where we at. You can challenge, we can laugh and joke. When the lights go on and the popcorn get to popping, that switch clicks in. And once that switch click in, the separation just goes. And that's the difference. Right?
What's the separation? Let me see.
The separation just goes. But it's an actual switch that we have, a competitive switch. It's just natural that we have that because that's our way of survival.
Well, you got to have it too, because if they get one.
Oh, no, that's what it is.
All they need is
that's
one.
What happened.
And Nelly has an athletic switch.
Right.
If you want to say Nelly go do a 7-and-out route, do a post route, he's going to do a post route. You tell Nelly go run a 4 flat, he's going to go try to run a 4 flat.
He's going to definitely try.
Yeah. So it's like it's a switch that comes on, and as an athlete, that switch is different. And the switch gets brighter and brighter and brighter, and that's why the shit goes.
With that being said, you've been around, JD. You've been around for a long time. You being from Atlanta, it's a city where a lot of NBA players come, right? So We saw a throwback video, a picture of you with MJ. Y'all playing softball.
MJ like, man, look at this nigga.
Look
man.
at him. Look at his stints. Look at the jeans. First of all,
Yeah, this is classic MJ jeans right here.
Look at his jeans.
but
This is classic MJ jeans.
how was it chopping up with the goat? How was it chopping up with the goat though? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man, that game he was talking shit the whole game. You know that like anything that got something to do with any type of playing.
Right.
Jordan is he's too competitive.
Right,
the whole
right.
you know what I mean, he can't even control the game like softball game.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's his team.
Yeah.
We gonna win. You know, we gonna win. You know what I mean? So that was a fun game. I wasn't playing. I just had a team. I put a team together and tried to beat them and their team. But yeah, he was very competitive the whole time.
For sure.
You still be doing, you still be fucking with like the softball games and all, like y'all still be doing that?
I mean, they stopped. That kind of slowed down. We trying to bring that back, that energy.
So
back.
let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back. You
Yeah.
get your 18.
Yeah.
We get our team.
Let's go.
Let's bring it back.
Let's do it.
Because I think that nowadays it should be more about like bringing nostalgia back and like being more collaborative and with culture,
Yeah.
right? Like when they used to do them games, them rock and jock games and all that
man,
shit.
rock
Like
and
you saw
Magic,
all that.
Magic game.
Like we need that back. Like,
Yeah, no,
It's not on
let's-
the
let's-
rappers. The rappers got to get more athletic.
listen, I'm telling you on my show that
You're right.
we should bring the softball
Okay, well,
game back. We should,
They gotta
we should
sober
bring
up.
that back. We
Make
should
it happen.
bring some shit back.
All right, all right.
This is a call out
Shit.
to
It's
all
a
the
man right
artists,
here.
though.
That's a fact.
It's a call out to all the artists, though, because the athletes to be ready. The artists, you got to put the cup down for a couple
Yeah, they
months.
gotta chill.
But I mean, you gotta
know
get.
what I
But
mean?
that's the
You gotta
thing.
get right.
You got the artist gonna move with the players.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fact.
If they see, you know what I mean, if they see it happening, they gonna move. They want to be in the space.
We got to bring that back. We
Yeah,
got to
for
bring
sure.
some
There's
shit
gonna be a
back.
lot of lean bellies out there, man. You know what I mean? Lean belly, they sweating, the sweat
Yeah,
going
for
stink,
sure.
all
The
that going.
softball game is ill.
crazy.
Though. Softball
Hell
game
yeah.
is ill.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
when
You gotta
when
bring
that was a time period where the softball game was cracking.
You just said rock and jock. Rock and jock was like a cultural staple
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
growing up, man. Every year, I used to look forward to rock and jock more than the World Series.
Okay, so I got a question because y'all talking about this. The slam dunk contest
Okay.
Where we going with this?
losing its
Yep.
It's
Thing.
luster.
Yeah.
It's
like,
shine,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like why? As from y'all,
So
from
what do
your
you-
perspective,
Come on,
why?
No, before he gets into it, what do you think is missing?
I think one, the niggas we want to see dunk don't we want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all, by the way, they don't got to do nothing crazy.
Right.
I just want to see
Yeah.
Melo and LeBron go up against each other, or you know what I'm saying, like whoever that person, is, whoever those two people are at that
You said
particular
Melo,
point in
he
time.
was-
You see what I'm
Even as somebody like you being in it at that time.
Nah,
like,
so that's why I was interested to see what was his answer was going to be.
yeah.
I think, yes, it has lost its lackluster, like its luster of just like like slam dunk contest used to be the shit.
Yeah.
I was like the home run derby for
And, like,
basketball. yeah.
To me, we got to get back to if you're an all-star, you only gonna be in the dunk contest if you're an all-star, right? Because that's part of the all-star weekend festivities.
Mhm.
The all-stars participates in all the activities,
Yeah,
right? You have your Friday night, which is the rookies and all of that. They get they shine, and then they done.
yeah.
And then Saturday, it's prime time. It's showtime. It's
Yeah.
a party, right?
Yeah.
So the all-stars should be participating in the three-point contest, the dunk contest, even the skills challenge.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be an all-star to be able to participate in those events. And if we don't get back to that, we might as well just cancel the dunk contest. We shouldn't be bringing people who's not part of All-Star Weekend
To play.
to play in fucking slam dunk contests and shoot threes. Yes,
I mean, I give it to Mac McClung, though. He puts on the show.
Shout out to Mac
Puts
McClung.
on the show.
But he's holding it down.
Yeah.
But he's not supposed to be holding it down for us.
Yeah.
But is it because the teams don't want they star
It
players?
ain't the teams don't got nothing to do with it. It's the players that's like, man, I'm chilling. It's All-Star Weekend. I ain't going out there dunking, man. I'm chilling.
But I'm
And
saying
then now
no,
it becomes-
no getting hurt is in the.
It's
don't
no
even
game. I
factor.
mean, if you get hurt, how you gonna get? Granted, you could get hurt doing anything,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
but you're not gonna get hurt going out there
God
in a
forbid,
dunk contest.
obviously. But
For me, now that I'm on NBC and we have the All-Star Weekend, it's like I want to see the Jaws, right? I want to see the Ant Edwards. He has to do it at least once. He has to do it.
Has to do it.
Ja and Zion.
You
get those three in it.
You got to.
And I would, I would put. You could add somebody from the rookies.
Word.
Whoever make the rookie game.
Get Flag in there. Flag could jump. He got some hoops.
You get Flag just because.
Yeah.
But I want to see VJ Edgecombe in Philly in the dunk contest more than I want to see Cooper in the dunk contest.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Put Cooper in the skills challenge.
Okay.
Right? But I want to see VJ in the dunk contest.
Explain that. Why you want?
Why? Because he's a dunk contest.
He's an explosive
guy.
leaper.
He's very explosive.
Yeah,
he can jump out the gym. He's creative when it comes to his dunks.
Right,
and
right.
also, he's a rookie who's going to take that very serious.
Yeah.
Right? You start getting to the vets now. The vets ain't doing that shit. But that's why I'm saying we got to get Ant and Jaws and Zions, those guys, to be a part of the dunk contest and All-Star Saturday night in order to just jumpstart this thing.
But you also got to make it enticing for them. You know what I mean?
But what's enticing to an NBA nigga?
No, I mean,
you can't keep throwing money at him.
I'm not saying money. I'm just saying if you ask somebody like Ja to be a part of this, be a part of that, be a part of that, it's not a break for him. You know what I'm saying? You know that more than anything.
But if you're on All-Star Weekend, it ain't a break anyway.
Exactly. But you want them to do more?
No,
I'm saying. I want
you to participate in Saturday in the dunk contest,
so what is
and
he
then
not gonna
Sunday
have to
in the
participate
game,
in?
and then after Sunday you take your 3-4 day vacation because you get the week off.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm saying I'm playing devil's advocate. I think they should be a part of it too. I did it
for sure.
I did it. I ain't.
I did it. So today is like even today is like in order for you said what entice those guys? Money don't entice those guys.
I don't know what entice them. That's why I'm asking. I really don't know.
So we gonna get freaky with it. Yo, the winner of the dunk contest get a Lamborghini. The winner of the dunk contest
get the Magic City.
Get a Bentley. The winner,
you said freaky. I don't even know what you meant.
The winner of the dunk contest
that type of freaky.
Get free wings at Magic City. You get what I'm saying? Like you
and on top of it, one of those guys got to take some pride in it too.
Yeah,
like a Ja or an Ant or a Zion got to come out and want to be known as.
But I'm saying that's okay. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know this incentive thing. Like they don't. This is sport you do.
Yeah. Like someone's got to take.
Do you love what you do? Because we ain't gonna keep watching if it keep going down.
And that's the problem.
Well, also we gonna get canceled.
That too. Let's just do away with it at this point. But I'm a big Ja Morant fan, and I remember late last year or the middle of the season last year, he was like, "I'm not dunking no more," and like there's like this weird connotation.
But then he come back and do a reverse windmill, like
bang on Wemby and stuff like that, and it's like, wow, what?
Yeah,
like
just
take pride in it.
Just do it one time.
Be known as the guy.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, if Ja Morant on the
he's
first
the guy
week,
I want to see in it.
If he said,
for multiple reasons,
I could beat Zion in the dunk contest. Let me and Zion go and put this on our back. We'll make it the main event.
Do you know how we would promote that? This is a boxing match.
Oh yeah, prize fighting.
But what do you think it changed from? Because I'm saying like me being from Atlanta, Spud Webb and Dominique Wilkins, these guys, this was their thing.
Yeah,
right? Like Spud Webb being short, not like me, he made me think I could dunk, right? Like, and I'm just saying like what was his incentive compared to like later on now?
I think the fact that certain guys never did it and always had a negative connotation to it. I'm not doing that, man. I ain't in no dunk contest. I'm resting. That trickles down. Like this is a copycat league. You get what I'm saying? This league is very influential to a younger generation. So if you in the All-Star locker room and you hearing your vets like, man, I ain't fucking with that 3-point contest. I ain't fucking with this, man. I really don't want to do this shit. And you just fucked up about the whole shit. It's going to trickle down to the young players. So by the time they get to that point, it's like, man, I'm not doing that shit. Like Ant should be doing the dunk contest. He has to. He has to do the dunk contest.
I'm gonna push for that.
There's got to be one guy too, because I think like you said with Spud and Dominique, as great dunkers as they are, and I've never asked them this, I'm almost positive a big part of that was I want to beat Jordan in the dunk contest.
It was competitive.
It was competitive. Like I think even in the early 2000s, like Vince kills it. But you look at the rest of that dunk contest, T-Mac, Stevie Franchise, like all these guys was incredible dunkers also.
And they also knew
they
can't fuck with Vince.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But you need the headliner to be at the top.
There,
like,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to get my shit off, but we not beating Ant. We not beating Ja. Like if one of those dudes says, I'm doing it, you'll get a high caliber player in there just to be part of the show.
I'm going to do what I have to do to get those guys. And now being part of that team, I'm going to do what I have to do to
we need
whatever I need to do to get those guys.
The energy got to be kept throughout the entire first half of the season.
This is also we're in LA, right?
LA, yeah,
this
into
is LA.
Yeah, we need that.
Like the stars got to come out. The stars got to come out.
We need that.
But we gonna let that handle. We gonna get to the NBA strip club do's and don'ts. FanDuel, because nothing says summer fun like adding excitement to the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach.
Summer sports are calling your name. Baseball under stadium lights, golf on pristine green fairways, soccer matches with world-class goals, and all the action-packed moments in between. You were going to spend all day following your favorite sports on your phone anyway. Might as well make it more thrilling with FanDuel.
Open the app today to see the daily promotions. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/7 p.m. to get started. Must be 21 years above and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only, $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblerhelp.org in Maryland. Hope is really here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. You are executive producing Magic City, an American fantasy, a documentary on the legendary Magic City in Atlanta. Big shout out to Magic himself. You got Shaq, Drake, 2 Chainz, and many more featured. Like, what made you want to be a part of just bringing this story to life and to fruition?
One, because what I noticed about like the South and like making music and come from the South is that all the other regions like New York and LA, they all have had an opportunity to show what their culture is, and the world knows what LA culture is. The world knows what New York culture is. When it comes to the South, people don't actually take our culture as serious as they take the rest of, like, if you talk about gangs in LA, it's just automatically talked about. It's because it's part of the culture being from the city, right? If you talk about Atlanta, the strip club is part of Atlanta. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. And I just wanted to make sure, like, as the older I get and just me just continue to keep trying to put it down for my city, that people got to understand that, like, regardless of what you think about the strip club, this is a factor in the city. People go there for the wings, people go there for the music, people go there for the girls, but people go there for, the camaraderie and just conversation, watching the games, whatever it is. It's still a place that, like I said, it's like Studio 54. And like when I watch things like Studio 54, they talking about how much drugs was being done inside the bathroom, and people, horses in there and all kind of crazy shit.
It was a strip club without even being a strip club.
We don't even have, they're a strip club without even being a strip club. Yeah. We don't, it ain't that type of shit going on in Magic. Nah, right. You know what I mean? It's a lot more positive than what people think. Yeah. And I just feel like the right light hadn't been shined on it. So I wanted to try to do that.
Yeah. I think it's because hip hop culture is still very much in its infancy. So we can romanticize what Studio 54 is like because we seen it, we lived it, and now we can tell the story about it. You know what I mean? Like, this Magic City documentary is kind of like, well, I remember the first time I went to Atlanta and I had my certain thoughts of what an Atlanta strip club was. And yeah, it was ass and food and all that type of stuff, but it's like, it was almost like the country club.
Sound crazy. That was crazy.
That sounds crazy. Crazy work. Not to some people, but
I was like, what?
But in the same sense, like, it almost looked like for affluent young, black people, it was sort of in some ways like the country club. It's like, this is where people connect. This is where people do business. Like, yeah, there's dancing and all this craziness going along, but like, I've seen artists bring their music to a DJ that were nobody,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they out of here because of that specific, environment. Now, both of y'all, in the 2000s and strip club culture being as prominent as it was in the prime of y'all careers, was there, and I'm talking to Rudy and Melo here, was there any sort of specific guidelines to keep it, on the up and up?
I played with some of the worst teams, not as far as talent.
Okay.
As far as narrative.
All right.
What?
Said the last thing I needed.
As far as narrative, like I done played with the Kenya Martins and the AIs and even vets that was names that I don't even want to name that's out there. Just like they showed you the ropes. They showed you what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
They showed you, hey, we gonna go and we gonna have a team outing tonight because I think we need it before we go on this road trip.
Yeah.
We hit Atlanta first. We gonna go watch the game. We gonna go eat. We gonna have a good time at Magic City. Boom. And then there's other times it's like, yo, we gonna go to Magic City early. Soon as we get in, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Soon as we land in that city, in Atlanta, we going to Magic City. But look, we ain't fucking around tonight because we gotta get out of here. We gotta go play tomorrow. So it was a different balance. It depends on who you had around you.
Right.
So when I say the narrative around our teams, we was the Denver Thuggets. Like we was the Thuggets. Like, when we came to Atlanta, it was flyers, it was hotels, it was limos, it was we coming to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we would just go and just have a good time. And sometimes we go in there for a couple hours, just get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we see rappers coming in there, we like, yo, we out of here, champ. Like, our hours is this, let them come in here do their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then that's how you kind of formulated that bond with rappers, actors, business people, business partners. They in there early. You like, what the fuck this white nigga doing here? Like, he in there, he cutting deals and shit. Like, nah, hey, but the Magic City ain't that.
Yeah.
I got to get the Magic. Yo, we going to do our meeting at Magic City as soon as we get in.
Well, speaking of that, Shaq on the documentary got his $120 million deal while he was in Magic.
Yeah.
His agent called him on the phone while he was in Magic and told him that the deal was closed. And he was like, I'm in Magic City right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's a crazy. I mean, if you get that much money at that particular point in time while you getting some dances, you could just run it up right then and there.
A special night.
You know what I mean? Everybody dancing. Everybody dancing. Turn the lights on.
And let me tell you something. And most strippers would tell you, athletes is cheap.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Athletes ain't spending no bread in the strip club. They do it quietly. They ain't spending no bread in the strip club. They would tell you that right away, man. Leave them athlete niggas alone.
They ain't trying to put on no show either.
Nah. It's quiet. It's quiet because at the time, it was like forbidden to be in those places as an athlete. It was forbidden.
My first time there was my rookie year. I remember we talked about it. Chucky Atkins.
Yeah.
I mean, we had practice. We got there late the night before. We went to practice, and I'm thinking like, it's over. We're not doing anything. Practice at like 11. Of course, you know how coaches are, the corny ones. Like, all right, we're in the city. Everybody be safe. I'm like, man, I'm from Baltimore. Like, don't talk to me about what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. So as soon as he was done talking, Chucky Atkins said, fuck all that. We going to Magic.
No. It be the vets who ruined you, though, champ.
It might be.
It be the
I had a
vets who
good time.
ruined you,
Bro,
man.
we was in there from 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Day shift.
Man, we went with the brunch. Well, you could say brunch.
You caught the omelet in Magic City.
Brunch, lunch, and dinner. There was nowhere else to go. That's when Buy You a Drink came out.
Oh, man.
Bro, I might have heard that
Shout out
song about
T-Pain.
20 different times, bro. 20 different, like 5 different strippers dancing to it, man. Chucky in there, play that again.
See, that's that Memphis. Y'all using Memphis at this time.
Yeah, you talked about Nuggets.
You was in Memphis.
Now I was in Memphis now.
Yeah. We was in Denver. We was in Denver. So when we came on the road, we were so happy to get the fuck out of Denver.
Yeah.
And even in Memphis.
Yeah. Well.
New York.
Shout out to Memphis, man. I love Memphis.
All that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Monday nights.
It's not
at
New
Pure
York,
Passion, like all of that.
Yes.
So that road trip for us was Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, Orlando.
Y'all turned up in Memphis too, man. Memphis.
You
know about Memphis,
what's the process of y'all getting out? Don't y'all supposed to have a curfew?
No. Football got curfews. We don't got curfews.
Y'all ain't got a curfew.
Okay.
The thing about the misconception about NBA player is that you're locked down. You got 2 hours of practice, 3 hours of practice in the morning. The rest of your day is free.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You really on your own. You whatever your responsibility is, that's on you.
Yeah, but that's up to you to I'm gonna show up, how I'm gonna show up, what I'm gonna look like. That's all on you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we utilize, and I'm glad that you were able to tell this story about Magic City in the sense, but we utilize those moments to go to places like that. And it was at times it was very respectful though. It was times where we would go and be like, yo, we don't want no girls. Like there's no girls around us. Like we coming in here, we chilling, we bonding. We gotta get our mind right. We gonna come and eat. We gonna have a good team outing. No girls. Leave it alone.
You might lose 2 or 3 games in a row. All right, we going to Magic. We all gonna get together. No girls. We just gonna laugh, chill, have a drink, eat, whatever.
Everybody thinks that you are going there to get lap dances. You going there for the bullshit. No, you're not going there for the bullshit. You really going there to clear your mind.
Yeah.
You going there to just relax and clear your mind. You might have a drink, might have some food. Most strip clubs got the best food.
Especially the wings.
So you prefer to go there you get everything in one.
Yeah,
you get music, you get food, you get good vibes.
I'm gonna tell you what.
You get to watch the game.
There's nothing better than one of them Europeans going into somewhere like Magic. Never seen nothing like it. Yo, it blow their mind. They spend their whole check. Like, bro, you gotta chill. They can barely speak English. They in there. They ain't seen half of it.
A lot of them got wives.
So to that point, obviously Atlanta is a staple of strip club cities. But not speaking of the girls, but you talk about the culture, getting your mind right, clear. You know, Houston's great strip club city. Miami, you know what I mean? Vegas, Texas, all that type of stuff. Tell me some of the best
Memphis
and worst strip club cities.
Memphis had it on lock for Memphis had it on lock.
Okay.
Memphis had it on lock.
Rudy, I feel like you would know best.
I mean,
Monday night. What is it? Monday night and pure passion. That's it. Pure passion.
Pure passion. Pure passion.
I never been there.
You know,
never been?
I never been there.
You've been to Memphis a bunch of times.
I've been to Memphis. I've never been to Pure Passion. I don't think.
So where have you been in Memphis? Then?
I went to a strip club in Memphis, but I don't. It don't sound like Pure Passion.
They went to what was the shit? New York. What was the shit out there? New York.
No. That was Pure Passion. It was I don't know about it was one by the airport.
Yeah, I used to hit you up. You like, oh, come on, Rudy.
So I had to play against you the next day. I ain't about to be I'll send you somewhere, but I'm not.
I was about to say ain't no gamesmanship, but it's like I'm not playing against it tomorrow.
We hung out, bro. Come on.
No, we
back, so you good.
It fucked me up when I went to Memphis one time in the strip club, and they had the boxing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's the first time I ever seen that.
I actually sent you there. You asked me where the
girls was boxing.
Okay. Was it like the just regular?
So in Atlanta, they called it knock a bitch out. It's called knock a bitch out night. So you used to have this at Nicky's, the little Nicky's, and it used to be Stewart Avenue. That's what I'm saying. Where Tupac was shooting at, there was that Nicky's. They had knock a bitch out, and everybody used to go there and watch these girls box.
And
in the strip club, and the
strippers that are boxing.
They were still stripping.
Yo, speaking of one
That's
of those,
culture, man.
Speaking of them outings. And we still talking about Memphis. One of them outings, you know, we had a couple bad games. We at home. Zach, like, yo, let's all go out to the strip club, whatever. So I show up a little late. This nigga had his dog in there.
Who?
Zach had his damn dog in his
he ran Memphis differently.
Yeah.
He really ran Memphis.
I'm not talking about no pup. Man, this dog is about this big. I said, bruh, where am I right now, bruh?
But that's but that goes to show you the level of comfort.
Yeah.
People had going into those environments. And again, it wasn't just solely about the women. It was just the culture that was created. It was a vibe. It was conversation that you had with people that you was with. Again, the strip club scene get a very negative connotation. That's why I'm so excited for you in Atlanta and Magic get his chance to really tell the true essence of what Magic City really stand for and really stood for. I mean, you bring up Studio 54. Like, people tell all the stories about Studio 54. You don't hear those stories about Magic City. You don't hear those stories about some of these other cultural, environments like that. So I do think Magic City is the Studio 54 of.
Yeah, it's equivalent.
All right, but on the flip side of that, those are the great strip club cities. What are the whack strip club cities? What are the cities that's just like, nah, this ain't.
You don't go.
Yeah.
But you've had the experience
Well,
of
I will say this. I mean, it ain't
like?
a strip club if they ain't getting naked. So wherever that's not happening.
Okay.
You know, like LA, they got a couple of clubs in LA that I don't consider them strip clubs.
Yeah, it's
I
not
won't
really.
spend my money if you're not getting naked.
You talking about strip club king, right?
Yeah,
He curate and enjoy it.
You gotta step it up, LA.
So speaking of GOAT status, and
Okay.
you talking about strip club GOAT status over here.
Uh-oh.
Like you're a pioneer in the game and just helping some of the greatest artists like of our generation and generations in general, and their genres reach kind of like unprecedented heights. When did you realize you were special and a legend in the making when it comes to that?
I didn't.
You didn't know. You didn't realize it. You just was going.
I mean, I still don't be feeling like that. I still just feel like I'm just doing what I got to do. I don't really be like, I think like, because the people I look up to, they did so much more than what I've done. Like if you look like Berry Gordy and Motown, I don't think none of us will ever do that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I can't catch him. You know what I mean? I won't catch him. I'm too old at this point now to catch him. But so I still don't put myself on the level of Berry Gordy and Quincy Jones. I look at them guys like they just like they gods, and I'm behind them, and I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, but I don't look at myself. They legends to me. Like,
But it's also it's not to you to see yourself as a star. It's up to us. Like I mean. You saying that throws me for a loop because it's like Mariah Carey, whose career was probably already legendary.
Modest, JD.
Hey man, this is why you come here. You get the flowers because you ain't gonna tell me so.
I appreciate
Mariah Carey's career is where it is. You know what I'm saying? You link up with her for the Emancipation of Mimi. She could have stopped right before there, and we'll already consider her all time great. You take her to an even higher level after that from a cultural and commercial standpoint. Same with Usher. Same with so many artists, and to the generation behind you and even younger than that, they look at you the way you look at Berry Gordy and look at Quincy Jones and all those type of people because they can't relate to Jackson 5s and all the Motown souls and all that stuff, but they can relate to Usher. They can relate to Mariah. That's what their parents grew up listening to. So it's like it's probably not on you to say it, but do you even
it's equivalent
in the process of making that? Do you even at least catch yourself like, man, like this is more than social death. Like I am establishing a sound and a culture that I don't think people even thought I was capable of, and taking it to an even higher level.
Nah, because I mean, I feel like I'm on the clock every time I start doing something, and when you on a creative clock, all you're trying to do is make sure that the creativity is correct. I don't really have time to be like tapping myself on the back like I did it, right? Because every record is measured for what the success of that record is. It's not about like, oh, if I go in the studio, like say for instance I did Mariah and I came back and I did Money Long, right? You know, it's crazy. Somebody tried to use my success against me. Like they was like,
how so?
Yeah, you got that Money Long record, but can you do it again with such and such? And I'm just like, oh, it ain't even really about
somebody
success.
Told you that?
Yeah, I hear that all the time. Like all the time. That's you get that all the time. It's like I did Confessions, and somebody be like, okay, cool, but how many more of them you got in you?
That's surprising though.
I don't
but
know.
You, somebody say
people always up the ante.
Yeah. When you get to a point when your biggest competition is your old work, that's legend status in itself. Whereas like my only competition is the best stuff I've already done.
That's me all the time. That's what people. I mean, every time people call me like, yo, you got any old Usher records laying around? We trying to, or can you make another one? And I'm like, I don't know.
Money Long
how do you
is
feel
my
about
favorite
that
artist.
though?
She's
like,
super dope.
That's your favorite
My
artist?
favorite female artist.
Super
How do you
dope.
feel about that when people ask you to make something that you made before? Like some people might take offense to that. Like, yo, this is me. This is my work. This is what I'm on now. Do you take offense to that, or it's just like whatever?
Nah, because as a producer, they got these copycat producers. Like, and when I say copycat producers, it's not a bad thing. Like Babyface, his sound is he copies his sound with multiple records. If you listen to Babyface's records, they sound like the same record a couple of times. Lil Jon was a copycat producer where he basically used that same sound for Sierra, Usher, this person. You know what I mean? The same drum sounds and all of that. is what made you like those records, right? With me, I've always tried to make Usher music sound like Usher music, and Mariah records sound like Mariah records, and Bow Wow records sound like this, and this person records sound like this. I try to not like mesh it. You know, they have the same elements. And they have certain things in them that connect, but you know, like say for instance, the Money Long record. When we put that song, I don't think like nobody. If I don't say y'all know what this is, like a lot of times people don't even know I did the record. You know what I mean? So the success of that record, a lot of people seeing it going, they was like, y'all did that song? I'm like, yeah, we did that song, right? And it like it's just I try to make the music fit the artist as opposed to it fitting me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's they clothes, they gotta wear it.
Man, I remember when Versus was the talk of everything, and everybody was trying to put you up against every top producer from Puff to I mean,
J Catalog.
I mean,
JD
lots
Catalog
of people was trying to go catalog for catalog with you, and I think that was around the time where a lot of people finally really opened their eyes. Like, man, like this dude has.
That's crazy. What is it? 15 songs?
I think it was like a top
20.
10, 15,
Top 20.
top 10, 20.
20 songs.
That's tough.
Artist is one thing, but when it became like a producer thing, that's when people were like, "Damn, like who could really step to JD?" I know it's been asked a lot, but like, was there? I know you don't like comparing yourself. It's probably the thief of joy, but there's lots of producers out there that feel like they could have beaten you in the verses and had longer, catalogs and stuff like that.
I always looked at verses like it's a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a boxing match, right? If you can't take a punch, then you don't need to be in the ring, right? So I feel like all the producers that anybody that I would have went up against, they was gonna punch me at least. You know, I'm gonna get hit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and they should feel the same way. But I will end. If we gonna end the fight, I'm gonna end the fight because they gonna run out of steam. I've been doing this too long. I got too many records, and I got records that they don't even. A lot of times, people don't even be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a couple of records that I knew that if I battled certain people, that I was gonna play, and they themselves, not just the people listening, they was gonna be over there like, oh. I didn't know he did this, right? Because you could plan for it, but in the times that I've heard people talk about it, it's certain records that people don't even be thinking that I did. They don't even know. They ain't even took their time to say, "Oh, he did that."
Yeah.
Yo, one of my favorite lines in any song was on your song. It was Jada. It was on "Hating Your Blood." He say, "Everybody hate dying, but most niggas die hating."
Yeah, they do.
That's a cold line.
It's like, damn.
It's a cold line. Y'all got hating your blood. You're fucked up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy
right there.
You in your bag of that one.
But that's obviously your history is extremely long, but let's talk about the present, man. Let's talk about how you currently see the landscape of music right now. I mean, I'd just like to know, like, what are your thoughts and your feelings about your relationship with music today? I mean, you say you're still hungry, you still feel like you got something to prove, you still don't look at yourself as a legend. Is that a big part of what keeps you hungry and motivated creating music right now? How is that, and how do you sort of see yourself in the current landscape of producers, songwriters?
I mean, at this point, what I've learned about myself is that, you know, it's one JD, it's a couple of other people, but it like in this person, I started in '92. Crisscross came out in 1992. For me to have the biggest R&B record last year, in R&B music,
It's crazy.
and starting in '92, that's not, you know what I mean, that ain't, it's not normal, right? So I'm just trying to set the bar and continue to keep pushing it and go to a space that, so that people, when they do look back, this is something that they can try to, you know, they can try to get to that space. Because I know, like, if you bring up anybody that came out when I came out in '92, they ain't had no number one record last year. They ain't had no record, you know what I mean, the year before that either. You know what I mean?
That's crazy to
it's
think
definitely a gap. What's that? What's that? It's that, right? So I just keep trying to push that. You know what I mean? As long as I can.
Do you still subscribe to the same process that you did when you were younger? Because one thing I do miss when I listen to a lot of music is like you could tell that it was songs emailed to each other. You know what I mean? And songs like downloaded to each other. But you know, when I hear y'all know what this is in a song, it feels like I see you like talking on the other side of that glass, the artist in the room with you. Yeah. And there's a different energy when you're in the room producing the artist and not just, yo, here's his beat, send me this, fill this in, send it back, sort of thing. Do you still subscribe to that same process?
100%. So that's with this Magic City album. Like I said, I'm in there producing artists. I'm doing all Atlanta artists, and I'm actually producing them. They got to come to the studio, and I actually hear their voices before. Right? It's funny you talk about the Jada thing. I did an interview with them, and I was talking to Jada about when I did Hate in Your Blood. Freeway and Jada was beefing, but I heard their voices in my head. So I wasn't even paying no attention to their beef, and I put them on a song that they was beefing with each other. And I ain't let Freeway rap. I just wanted Jada to rap, right? And I was just, it's crazy because I heard it in my head, and I wasn't even paying attention to what was actually happening in real life. I just
would you go back and give him a verse now?
Huh?
With Sahan Top being 2020, would you go back and let him?
Nah, because I just heard the song a certain type of way.
Yo, I'm all for people. I'm all for going back and making music videos of the old songs. Like I'm all for that, bro. I want to see that.
Of course, especially the way streaming works now. You see somebody have a TikTok hit of a song 10, 12 years, it hits TikTok.
Yeah, like one of my favorite songs was 400 Degrees off the Juvie album. They shot a video for it.
For sure.
Yeah. Man, that's
classic.
Yeah, that is.
That's classic. So you talking about hits. What's the method to making a hit?
It's like baking, right? If like, it's certain people that just know. I mean, mostly everybody think that cook. They think they know how to cook, right?
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing. It's like, what makes you believe you know how to cook? That one time that you did something that everybody liked and you memorize what it was that you did. You know what I mean? And that's usually what I have to do. I have to memorize, like, okay, at this one particular point, we either wrote something that clicked to everybody or the music did something or the beat did something. You just have to, you pick which hit that you try to, that you trying to like pattern after. Like, okay, and certain records you can't, like when I talk about Jump, I can't do what I did in Jump 100 times for somebody else. Right?
That was just that moment right there. You felt it. This is what
I felt. The Money Long record, it was something that she called me and she was like, JD, I want the hi-hats to sound more like a rap record. And when she said that to me, I automatically knew what it was because I did that with We Belong Together with Mariah. So I was just like, okay, if I put the same hi-hat on this record, the reaction should be for people that's looking for that.
The same.
One question I wanted to ask, man, we're in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And Atlanta has obviously been the dominant force in hip hop music for quite some time. Is there still that little bit of like chip on your shoulder when it comes to Atlanta, man? Like I remember, the South got something to say. I remember Andre 3000 saying, the Source Awards rant in New York City and all that type of stuff. Like I feel like anytime we talk to any Atlanta artists, there's still that sort of like chip on your shoulder about being like where hip hop truly lives.
Yeah, because I think that, like I said, it's kind of like this movie though. It's like this documentary, let me say. It's kind of like that because it's ultimately like, if you think about Atlanta, like Atlanta's had a run in the music business for 25 years that we talk about, right?
Yeah.
But we only had one movie that's ever been made about Atlanta, ATL. That's the only movie, right? So it's a lot of things that's happened in this period of time that people don't really, like, we don't get credit for the way other people get credit for things that they've done, right? I was just telling, like I said, I was having a conversation with them. Like, I'm the person who started young niggas rapping. You was young person rapping. It didn't exist till I put out Crisscross. And then it still didn't exist until I brought out Bow Wow. The Bow Wow came out, then Chris Brown came out, then Romeo came out, then B2K came out. Like, I created YN's rapping. If you a YN, I'm the person.
But that's what people need to hear.
Like, for the most part, man, nobody, I don't know. I be feeling like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't be sitting around like, yo, why y'all niggas don't say that? But I'm saying, I don't think people really understand, like, before I did it, it was not happening.
Yeah.
But you said you don't like to be, compared to the Berry Gordy's, but there's people that's trying to be compared to you, man. That's like what you just said. Yo, talk your shit, man. This is what we here for, man.
It's real. But see, for me, I don't even feel like that's me talking shit. I'm just trying to be realistic. Like, like, you know what I mean? So like I said this to Charlamagne one day. I was in there, and when the Money Long record went #1, right? I was excited. I was up on, you know what I mean, a radio station. I was like, yo, listen, y'all keep talking about verses, right? It's not nobody in the music business that put their first #1 record out in 1992, and in 2024, they up here talking to y'all right now, right? Them niggas was looking at me like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, I'm not saying something that, I'm not making this up. Like,
it's factually
this
accurate.
is real life. So I think a lot of times when you say that about the Southern artists, that's what it is. It'd be a lot of stuff that's happened in the South that niggas just like, they just, you know, let it keep going, life goes on. But then you see somebody else, they get all this credit for doing something. And it's like, wait a minute.
It's just always interesting to hear like Atlanta stalwarts still have that chip on their shoulder about Atlanta, despite the dominance that it's been for at the minimum the last 2 decades.
I mean, but you gotta understand, we was also, that's like somebody telling Melo, nigga, you can't play basketball. Y'all country ass niggas don't know how to this how people was talking to me like this. Like niggas was like, nigga, JD, y'all country as fuck. Niggas in the South don't rap. Y'all can't do, you know what I mean? So I gotta go make a song with Jay-Z so you niggas can stop. You know what I mean? Like you have that's what we was doing. Like, you know what I mean? So
I told you one time, I was like, yo, you spitting on that motherfucker in Vegas, remember? I was like, yo, you spitting on that, man.
So that was the story behind Money Ain't a Thing. You were just hearing people saying
I mean, but that was the story about me. That's why I wanted to do it. Like I tell people all the time, when I did my album, I had songs with Mariah, I had songs with DMX, I had songs with all of these Art Mace, but I wanted my first single to be with Jay-Z. At the time when I wanted that single to come out, Jay-Z hadn't popped the way people know Jay-Z now, right? So, you know, Jay-Z had Hard Knock Life. I mean, he didn't even have Hard Knock Life yet, right? He had the first album, Reasonable Doubt album, right? Okay. And he had freestyles, and he was the rapper. Like he was the like most prominent New York rapper. You saw where he was going, right? If he was paying attention to the Clue mixtapes and all of this. So me saying, I want my first single to be with this guy, you know, the Suits at Columbia was like, who the fuck is, what are you doing?
Jay-Z?
We trying to spend this money and you talking about why don't you put this single out with Mariah? This will go straight to the top, blah, 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 right? That was a conversation. And they didn't understand what it was. I was just like, I'm from Atlanta. Like, we are looked at like we don't know what hip hop is. We looked at like we country. We looked at whatever. This is what I want to do. And this is actually who I am. It's not like I'm making this up. This is how I came up. I was raised on the Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? I was taught how to DJ by Jam Master Jay. I was like, this is actually who I am. So it was just, I feel like that's what it is. And I know like Tip talk about that all the time. Like when we was just working, Tip was talking about how people thought the South, like I said, lyrically, it wasn't no lyricists from the South like that. That's why I think like Killer Mike, when he won them 3 Grammys, like the conversation is like you got a chip on your shoulder because, like I said, if you came in the time I came, niggas actually was like literally saying wow shit out their mouth to me. Like you niggas is country as fuck.
But John, you was making big moves, doing big things. You took a small group, turned the big name.
All right.
You know what I mean? Talking shit.
Talk that talk.
Talking shit. You know what I mean?
I will say to that, like that song, Money Ain't a Thing. We gonna go to the other segment, but Money Ain't a Thing. Like a lot of people don't realize what you just said. That Jay had a whole nother narrative leading up into that. He wasn't the Jay who we know today. He had a whole nother narrative. His style of rapping, his style, the way he was, his finesse, the way his savviness in the booth, it brought something different. For you to give him that Southern, I don't want to say swag, you gave him something from the South. The fact that you made him feel super comfortable, because he was already talking about money. He was already talking about boats and Cristal on the yachts and why he's so and all of that.
This is the flossy era too.
It's the flossy era. So when you looking at Jay for my first single, I'm like, I gotta give Jay something that he's just gonna go crazy with. Money Ain't a Thing. Jay, money ain't a thing to you right now. You got one album, right? You got and mind you, Reasonable Doubt wasn't popping like that. That was an underground album.
It was a cultural.
In the South, what I'm saying, it was an underground, considered an underground album in a sense. It was a heavy album, but it was only certain people listening to the Reasonable Doubt.
But see, like to that point, like you already had your fame, you already doing it, so you already had that. You put the work in, and for him to like project that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of, you know what I mean?
Right there, you know what I'm saying? Money ain't a thing.
It's like, yo, he said what you had. It's like, yo, I'm going to get
statement.
that. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, it's crazy because you say that. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was looking at him like, I don't have what he got.
You don't have the street
You know what I'm saying? I ain't had the streets like that. And like I said, I wanted a record in New York. I wanted to have a song playing in New York so bad. Because when I first, like my first group, I took the vinyl to see Chuck Chill Out and Red Alert.
Chuck Chill Out.
Just like...
That's just thought out, man.
Come on, like they was looking at me like, JD, you know, we like you, little guy. You know, we love you as our homie, but get this bullshit out.
That record?
Really?
No. My first record. And that stuck with me forever. Like, just like, because, you know, like, it was almost like New York was like, you had to impress.
There was a little bit of elitism to it. There's a little bit of elitism to it in New York.
but I'm saying New York was the mecca of hip hop. Like, if you was gonna break in,
you had to break New York.
You got to break New York. If you gonna get on the radio in New York, it don't ever feel official.
Yeah.
Right? And that was what my career felt like. I mean, even though I had Jump and Crisscross was everywhere.
Yeah.
But it still didn't feel like people was looking at me like one, like I could do it again. And then two, like a different type of love that you get when you got a hip hop record in New York. It's just a different type of love.
You went from Jump to Money Ain't a Thing. Like that's totally different.
I still hear that bass line in my head.
That shit still gets played.
Yeah, I gotta give you your flowers, bro, because it's a lot of times we don't have an opportunity to give people their flowers. You get what I'm saying? Like for you to be in the game as long as you've been in the game, you was a soldier in the game that worked his way up to be a leader in the game, right? Not every leader can go be on the front line. Not every leader can go and deliver those messages and have a wherewithal of what it takes to be a soldier on the front line. So for you to really go from Jump, Crisscross, they young, that's a whole different energy. Hip hop was different at that point in time when you talking about 92. Hip hop was totally different in 92.
You met them in the mall, right?
Yeah.
And now you talking about going to Jay, who is spitting, talking some other shit. He talking streets. He talking big. He talking boss talk.
Right.
Yeah.
And you give him something that he can really go on. Money ain't a thing. Top down.
And moreover than that, the song structure, you don't see a lot of Jay-Z verses when he goes back and forth, like verse for verse. So like the making of that song, was it like, did you do the writing? Did he do the writing? Did he write the whole thing? Did y'all, like, how did the actual
so how did Money Ain't a Thing become the
So the idea of Money Ain't a Thing actually came from, well, it started, I came here to New York and we did this photo shoot. Like it was a great day in hip hop in Harlem. Right? It was a photo shout with all the rappers, right?
That was the old Harlem Renaissance picture.
Harlem Renaissance. So we did this picture, the photo, but on my way to do the picture, I was listening to a Clue tape. And the Clue mixtape, Jay-Z took my cadence from the Drew Hill Sleeping in My Bed remix. Right?
Shout out to B-Mo.
And he was like, y'all want something, I'm gonna make you something. He basically was taking what I was doing and made it his own.
Us?
And you know what I'm talking about, right? Right?
Y'all want to floss with us?
So I'm like, wait a minute.
There's something there.
Oh, he know me, right? Because I'm thinking like, I'm still like young guy. I'm thinking like, oh, these rappers that's deep down in this rap world in New York, they don't fuck with what I'm doing because I got Crisscross, I got Escape. You know what I mean? I got the Brat. It's looking like what I'm doing is up here, and this underground rap level is like, you know, that ain't where I'm surfacing at. So I heard him do that on the Clue tape. And by the way, I'm listening to the Clue tape saying the same thing. I'm like, man, I got to get me a song on this goddamn Clue tape. It just felt like you wasn't in rap if you ain't had no song on the Clue tape, right? So I'm listening to Clue tape. I'm listening to how the tape is made, but then I hear Jay-Z doing something that I did. And I'm like, oh, and now he following what I did. I'm like, I'm going to see this nigga. So as soon as I got out there to the thing, I bumped into him. I'm like, yo, we need to do a record. And he's like, give me a number. And we start exchanging numbers. I'm like, yo, I'm bring you to Atlanta. We're going to do it. So I didn't think it was going to go down, right? But I kept calling him, trying to figure it out. And then he said, I'm coming. He came to Atlanta. I picked up. I was going to the airport, pick him up. On my way to the airport, I started trying to prepare myself for the session. So I put in Can't Knock the Hustle, right? And I'm in a Continental T, right? And I'm driving. I'm late, so I'm swerving through lanes. I'm trying to get there really, really fast. And I start hearing the lyrics, and the lyrics sound like it's talking about exactly what I'm doing. You know what I mean? On the highway, switching 4 lanes, screaming through the sunroof, money and thing. I'm like, what? He's talking about me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and then in the line before that, he say, I'm deep in the South, kicking up top game. And I'm like, why did he say the South? Oh, this is what we gonna, you know what I mean? So I'm like, that little piece. If he would have never said the South, I probably wouldn't even pay no attention to that part. But him saying deep in the South,
spitting up top game.
So I start thinking about like, oh, this is it right here. He deep in the South right now. This is what's happening. I'm picking him up, and I'm driving my car like the record is talking, right? So as soon as he get in the car, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna sample this part. This is what the song gonna be. And he was like, all right. And he got quiet. And we rode to my house. And in that period of time when he got quiet, we kept listening to Can't Knock the Hustle all the way to my house. But in that period of time when he got quiet, he wrote his rap. And I ain't realized that that's what he was doing. He didn't hit a beat yet. He didn't know what the beat was going to be about, but he wrote his rap based off me saying, this is what I wanted to do, right? So he knew the song was called Money and the Thing. That was automatic because he said it, right? Screaming through the sunroof, money and the thing. So we got in there, and yeah, he started with the Y'all Wanna Rock With Us. Because all across the world we turned. He had those parts. I played the beat, and he started going with it. And then me saying I don't like it if it don't bling bling. That's like me saying that actually to him. Like I said that. Like that's who I am. Nigga, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. That shit don't bling bling. Like, so we just start talking back and forth. Like let's have this. Like let's do it. Like we talking back and forth. And it just went like that.
Man, that's one of my favorite.
And usually the greatest, usually the best songs and the best moments and the best experiences.
That is one of the best songs.
And the hits come from experiences.
Yeah, incredible conversation.
Yeah, that's a fact.
JD, there's no smoother way to segue into this, but it's time for America's #1 segment. You know what it is. It's called Fuck With It or Fuck Out of Here. This is where we go through the entire internet and scour for some of the best clips. And our guests and, of course, our co-hosts tell us if they fuck with it or they can get it the fuck out of here.
Oh, God.
JD, are you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready, but we going to see.
Sit up for this one.
Yeah, let me sit up.
Let's sit up. JD.
A lot of times we don't be knowing what the fuck is on here.
That's the beauty of it. We don't know what they're going to play. We just reacting in real time. JD, in 2024, you and the great Usher Raymond blessed the stage and performed on one of the biggest platforms in the world, the Super Bowl. Aside from talking about how dope the show was, many people have something to say about your fit and, most importantly, your sock choice. If we could
my son had marbles, crystals right there.
I don't know how much them pearls or marbles worth on the sock, but I'm positive it's worth more than a lot of people's wardrobe. JD, talk to me about this fit at the Super Bowl, partner.
I mean, well, you see
Louis.
You see the tag right there. They Louis. The socks is $1,500.
Let them know.
Money anything.
They $1,500 socks. They sold out after I did the Super Bowl. You can't find them socks no more.
There you go.
The pearl on the sock is the real pearl. I mean, it's crazy because what I learned in this whole period of time is that when you get into a certain space in life, you believe that people is in that same space, right? Yeah. So we be watching the internet and we be saying like Pharrell do Fashion Week, and I be thinking like everybody following this shit, right? So I seen the outfit, I'm like, shit, I want to rock that. That's some fashion shit. I'm seeing everybody, ain't nobody said nothing about this, by the way. This is on this whole outfit. This is on Fashion Week, right? Niggas that came out with the socks and everything. I see it. I'm like, I want to wear this on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nobody said nothing about nobody else wearing it. Cool. I put the shit on, then now it's something else. Now it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole bunch of people. The whole fashion show, every nigga that came out in the fashion show had them socks on. But JD put them on. It's something else. So then I started realizing, like, okay, maybe everybody ain't up on the fashion shit.
Right.
Like, niggas be talking about it.
And
There's
it's
still a bunch
also
of
the
niggas out
Super
here
Bowl, dog.
being
I
the
didn't
I
gas,
see the socks, huh? I never even saw them socks.
Look. Nah, so I mean, like I said, I was just, I thought it was like, I thought it is. It was, but ultimately, I'm glad it happened the way it did because I made it my thing. You know what I mean? So if you ever see me dressed up with some shorts on, I got them socks on.
All right,
Because everybody asking to see them.
It's interesting though because it's Super Bowl, and as an artist, you're performing, you're entertaining, right? So everything is entertaining from your outfit, right? You're supposed to have a one-on-one, a one-of-one outfit.
Yep.
Everything you have on in that environment, and that moment is supposed to be one of one.
You can't wear that fit ever again.
You cannot wear that. I want the socks, though. I ain't gonna hold it. I want the socks, but those moments is meant for those type of outfits.
By the way, Usher was a little upset about this because
he wanted to wear it.
No, because out of his whole performance,
this is what came out of that.
My socks got more press than damn near the show.
It was the pearls, Chad. It was the pearls.
All right, so let's
pocket. It was a pocket.
Oh, yeah, it's a pocket on it.
Let's put the booking on it. Fuck with it or fuck out of here. Taking fashion risks on the world's biggest stage.
I fuck with it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I fuck with it because as an art, I'm not an artist. I'm not a musician. I would never have an opportunity to perform on a Super Bowl stage and those moments. Those are one-on-one type of moments, right? Yeah. So I do believe that you're supposed to just go all out in those environments. It's definitely a fashionable statement. I just don't think society and our community,
they ain't ready for
we accept what we want to accept.
Right.
Now, whether we like it or not, I like. Let me get the socks. You get what I'm saying? I'm a sock guy, so let me get the socks. But I don't think society was ready to see JD.
Yeah, they weren't ready for
and
that.
if it was Usher with those
like this,
on,
they was like, nigga, because I had on, I think I had on an Usher Letterman's jacket before, and I had a baseball cap on or something. And they was like, why you ain't go up there like that? I'm like, it's the Super Bowl.
They wanted you with the A hat. They wanted you with the A hat, the lowercase A. That's what they wanted.
Come on, man. Yeah.
If it was Usher, it would be one of the greatest outfits.
You said one of one. It's like if it's a wedding suit, you wear that wedding suit once. Funeral suit, you wear it once. It's Super Bowl. That's your Super Bowl fit. Like if there's any time to wear it,
send that shit.
And sometimes you got to take that chance so that you can have this moment.
Send that shit to the Hall of Fame, man.
I fuck with it, man.
Songwriters Hall of Fame. Send that shit over there, man.
Just want to wear white tee and some jean shorts. It's the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, you got to do something. Yeah.
You gotta
By the way, I didn't know this was going to happen, though. I swear.
Hey,
I just put the socks on because I thought it'd go with the tuxedo and the, you know what I mean?
You had anything in the pocket of the sock, though?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
what cushion are we talking about? We talking about NBA level elite socks? Were they soft? Like what was it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they softer than
They Louis, man. They motherfuckers better be soft.
Shit.
For 100 for some socks.
Louis socks are nice, but nothing beats some NBA Nike socks, man. Them elite joints held me down. The Yin Yang Twins were seen at SeaWorld recently performing all of their hits. I love that SeaWorld does this, by the way. They had the crowd going crazy. This isn't the first time SeaWorld has had some legendary hip hop acts perform at SeaWorld, but
I ain't seen this.
I ain't gonna hold you. It looked turd.
No, I don't.
Hey.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Shamu in there somewhere.
See that? Okay, pause. Hold up, wait. This is one of them moments, right? This is one of them Southern moments
Crazy.
that we was talking about. Because I'm gonna ask y'all a question right now.
Okay, yeah, that's wild.
What group in hip hop?
Yeah.
Group in hip hop got records, got more records than Yin Yang Twins that get played in the club in 2025.
I mean,
you be having that's the music genius. That's the music genius that in him because he can ask those questions that.
I'm saying, well, you got to name you got groups. You got all these groups in the world. You can name Outkast. You could talk about. I'm saying, rap groups.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Rap groups. What rap group came out 15 years ago, and they still get played in the club today? Got more songs than the Yin Yang Twins.
Listen, I think we're asking the wrong question.
Woo.
I think there's hits, but there's hits that my grandmama knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
timeless hits.
There's hit records. You could say some people have more hits, but if I say to the window, to the wall, to the sweat drip down my balls, like everybody knows that shit. You know what I mean? Like if whistle while you twerk, everybody knows that joint. I get that, but.
It's just saying. So
that stomach look crazy.
Fuck the stomach. It's just saying. To answer your question, I don't know. I don't think. I think you have a valid question and a valid point.
The dance was crazy.
You talking whistle while you twerk to the Dolphins.
I mean, the whistle.
You singing
the
to
whisper
the Dolphins.
Song, wait till you see my like one of the greatest radio edits ever.
But I will say that is great song for SeaWorld though.
Fact. That
for
is
the fans.
Whistle while you twerk.
All that shit. The Ying Yang Twins catalog.
Get Low.
All of that shit is good. Like,
Get Low is one
I
of
love
like
that.
Get Low is one of like the 20 hip hop songs you can play all over the globe, anywhere.
He didn't jump in the water, did he?
No, that's probably all he. No, that made him feel good.
But you know what? Shout out SeaWorld for booking him for that though, man, because that's dope.
No, shout out to the Twins. Shout out to the Twins. For,
what SeaWorld was this?
I think this gotta be what, Tampa? This Tampa? Somewhere in Florida.
That dance is crazy, yeah.
That's a new SeaWorld dance right there, Chad.
Man.
Oh my God. So what are you getting out of here? And what are you trying to fuck with?
What is the question?
All right, so
hip hop at SeaWorld. What is the question?
I didn't even get to
Who wants to laugh? What is the question?
Fuck out of here. Are you fucking with hip hop concert at SeaWorld? I'm definitely fucking with it.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that. I'm fucking with that.
Especially the legacy acts.
Definitely fucking with it.
Hip hop should be spread all across the world and in all arenas, everywhere. Hip hop should be spread.
Oh, so that's the question.
That's the question.
Hip hop at SeaWorld. We're laughing at them.
The clip was crazy.
Hip hop. I fuck with
SeaWorld.
I fuck with hip hop at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
But you don't even gotta ask us. Just look at that crowd. That crowd was turned up.
Yeah, it was. SeaWorld, they weren't expecting that.
That killed me right there.
Yo.
With that being said, we about to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Yo, JD, we appreciate you, man. This has been an honor, bro, for you stopping by. Man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Good luck with that Magic City doc. I'm glad somebody finally supported it. Stars, shout out to Stars for picking that up and being able to showcase part of our culture, a major part of our culture, a major part of Black culture. Shout out to you for continuing to making those hits. Shout out to Money Long. Keep giving her those hits. 92 to 2004, man, 2005. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody have some longevity like that. Not too many people could say that. So
25.
Continue 25.
Yeah.
Continue to doing what you're doing, man. We appreciate you stopping by, putting us on your press tour. And it's always been love, and it always will be love.
Yes,
and I
sir.
appreciate you.
You already know, man. Of course. And guys, don't forget Magic City and American Fantasy on Stars, August 15th. Make sure you check that out. That being said, this is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, a Wave original presented by FanDuel. You want to help the show out, you know this is the best podcast out there. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. Subscribe on all of our YouTube platforms, all the podcast channels. For the Hall of Famers, Jermaine Dupri, Carmelo Anthony, the Wave God Rudy Gay. My name is Kazim Famiwide. I catch y'all next time at The Hook. Peace.
Peace.